If you walk through the streets of Soho or Melrose right now, the silence of the last decade has been broken. For years, the fashion world was obsessed with an almost clinical level of perfection. We called it quiet luxury. We wore smooth cashmeres, invisible labels, and muted beiges. We were told that clean was the ultimate status symbol. But here at Daily Fashion Decoded, we track the data, and the data shows a massive tectonic shift in how the American elite are presenting themselves. The era of the clean girl is officially over, and in its place is a high-friction, high-intent aesthetic that the internet has labeled 6'7". Before we decode the science of why this is happening and how it's replacing everything you thought you knew about style, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We provide daily breakdowns of the hidden trends that define the high RPM fashion world so you can stay ahead of the curve. So, what exactly are we decoding when we talk about 6'7"? It started as viral slang, but in the luxury sector, it has become shorthand for a concept we call raw glamour. If quiet luxury was about being invisible to the masses, but visible to those in the know, 6'7" is about tactile authority. It's the realization that when minimalism becomes too accessible, when every fast fashion brand can replicate a beige blazer, it loses its signaling power. To regain that status, the top 1% have pivoted toward complexity. They are moving away from smooth, flat fabrics and toward materials that demand to be felt. When we decode the market analysis for early 2026, we see a staggering 400% increase in search volume for high-friction textures. We are talking about brushed mohair, distressed leather, and raw-edge tweed. This isn't just a change in taste, it's a change in texture ratios. In the 6'7" aesthetic, the goal is to create visual depth that a smartphone camera or a cheap synthetic fabric cannot easily replicate. It's the difference between a flat cotton shirt and a 500 GSM wool coat with visible irregular grains. In the US, this shift is being led by a resurgence of what we decode as corporate core mixed with 80s-inspired silhouettes. We're seeing a return to the power shoulder, but instead of the garish pads of the past, it's being executed through structural tailoring and heavy investment-grade fabrics. The 6'7" look is essentially wealth with grit. It's an intentional rejection of the polished, too-perfect look of the early 2020s. It's a look that says you have enough status to be messy, enough wealth to be raw, and enough taste to choose character over cleanliness. But how do you actually decode this facelessly in your own wardrobe? It comes down to the 3-to-1 rule. To hit 6'7" status, your outfit must have 3 distinct textures for every one smooth base layer. Imagine a raw silk slip dress paired with a heavy, oversized shearling coat, distressed leather boots, and a chunky hand-knit scarf. The light interacts with each of these surfaces differently, absorbing into the wool, reflecting off the silk, and scattering across the leather. This light distortion is what creates the 6'7" aura. It makes the wearer look physically substantial, almost like a piece of architectural art. As we decode the brands leading this charge, it's no longer just the old guard houses. While Saint Laurent and Prada are leaning into this raw energy, we're seeing smaller, high-intent labels dominating the conversation by focusing on technical excellence over brand recognition. They are selling the weight of the fabric, the irregularity of the dye, and the history of the weave. In 2026, the most expensive thing you can wear isn't a logo, it's a texture gap. This shift is also a reaction to the digital age. In a world of AI-generated perfection and smooth filters, raw glamour feels human. It feels real. It's a way of reclaiming a physical presence in a digital world. The 6'7" aesthetic is the first major trend of the late 2020s that feels like it has real staying power because it's rooted in the one thing technology can't simulate, the physical weight of quality. As we continue to decode these shifts daily, it's clear that the clean look will soon be remembered as a relic of a simpler time. If you want to keep your wardrobe in the top tier, start looking for the friction, start looking for the weight. If you found this analytical breakdown valuable, hit that subscribe button to join our community of elite observers here at Daily Fashion Decoded. Because as the latest data from the US fashion market proves, the world has hit a breaking point, and the era of minimalism has officially ended.